Today I'm going to take you on a little trip to Koreatown North that's just a little bit different from the downtown Koreatown. Let's go. Koreatown North has traditionally been defined as the strip of Yonge Street between Sheppard and Steeles. Now, even in its early days, there are other ethnic pockets within there, most notably Toronto or Little Tehran.
I've always either lived in this area or I've had a business in this area. I'm the owner of Nome Izakaya. I've had this business in this area for 8 years now. My parents have also had a business in this area, and through that time there's been so many changes and it's developed so much. It's been quite the change.
I moved to Canada 2001. I've been living here more than 19 years now. I choose North York because it's a less cultural shock. There weren't so many tall buildings. I think way less cars. I moved from Seoul, pretty busy city, and I moved here. It was very peaceful and clean air.
The late 90s was when the shift started happening to where Yonge and Finch became a much more Korean-dominated area, and it started slowly progressing to where Bloor and Christie was maybe considered more the old Koreatown, and Yonge and Finch was becoming more the new Koreatown.
Some of the classic Korean businesses have really stood the test of time here at Yonge and Finch. For example, Nakwon and Pyeongwon House to my left serves up classic comfort, old-fashioned Korean dishes for as long as I can remember. But you know what else Korean culture is also known for? It's nightlife. And the fact that we've got two very popular old-school karaoke places on my right, Twister and Noraebang. But increasingly throughout the years, more Chinese, Japanese, and other kinds of Asian businesses have begun taking root in the neighborhood.
I would call this, Yonge and Finch to Yonge and Sheppard area. I used to introduce to my friends Little Korea, but I see more like a Little Asia.
I still believe there's a clear difference between Sheppard to Finch and Finch to Steeles. There's always been that separation in the past. There's still that separation and there's still a difference, but it's growing. I just feel like it hasn't grown as fast as it has between Sheppard to Finch because the subway line, because not everybody drives.
You see, one of the most interesting aspects of Koreatown North is the fact that there are areas off the beaten path, like this plaza, for example, on Steeles, west of Yonge, which has a ton of Korean businesses and restaurants. Interestingly, the plaza's claim to fame is the fact that BTS, that's right, that BTS, actually was spotted dining in one of the restaurants here a couple of years ago.
How I feel today living in North York is kind of mixed emotion, because before it was quieter than now, but now it's busier, but I have more choices than before.
In the next 5-10 years, I just see this area growing bigger and bigger. New buildings are coming up, infrastructure is becoming new, and I just feel like it's just going to grow bigger than it has in the past.